Hey there, health coach. So I hear from so many of you who are actually struggling with how to deal with some challenging clients. And as a new health coach, challenging clients can be extremely demotivating. So I've heard some of you say that some of those early negative experiences have made you actually doubt yourself and your ability to coach, and maybe even made you consider quitting coaching altogether. Well, before you throw in the towel, please check out these tips that I have for you today and turn around that thinking and hopefully give you some inspiration to keep going. So I'm going to share the 3 top client challenges that I hear, and I'm going to offer you some tips on how to handle each. So let's dive right in. So the first big client challenge coaches tell me about is that clients want to be told what to do. Have you ever felt that or had that? For example, a client will say, just tell me what to eat. Tell me what supplements to take. Tell me what protocol to follow. So something along those lines is usually what I'm hearing. And so you as the coach feel stuck because on the one hand, you know that as a coach, you aren't supposed to tell your clients what to do. But on the other hand, of course, you want to help the client. You want to provide value. So what do? It is a tricky situation. And what I suspect most new coaches do is simply give in and just say, well, this is what I would do, or this is what I think you should try. So what this challenge is really all about is expectations. So your client thinks that this is your role, to be the expert, to provide answers and recommendations. This is what they expect from you, like they would many other health professionals. So if you get caught in this situation, what I suspect happening is you probably didn't do a great job at explaining the role of a health coach and how it's different from some of those other health professionals. So my advice here is to go back to the very beginning. On your very first discovery call, let your clients know what health coaching is and isn't. Give them a taste of what coaching feels like. Then detail everything, including roles and responsibilities, and your scope of practice in your agreement. And then you want to review the agreement in detail and have the client sign it. So it's very clear your client knows what they're signing up for and what they can expect from you. Taking these steps, of course, won't guarantee that your client will never ask you to tell them what to do. But if you do take these steps, the expectations will be much more clear and you'll be able to fall back on the agreement and your scope of practice when they do. So the second biggest challenge that I hear with new health coaches is that their clients aren't taking it seriously or not fully engaged, which of course leaves you, the coach, feeling like you aren't a good coach and you're not doing a good job. So if your first client experiences are negative ones, of course you're going to want to throw in the towel. So what I see happening here, more than anything, is that these first clients aren't actual, real paying clients. Maybe they're family members or friends. Maybe they're acquaintances, someone you're practicing with, someone you said you could help out and are just doing an informal thing for a couple of sessions. So that's kind of what I see happening. So right off the bat, you're going to have problems when you set it up as something casual, informal, or as free, or at a very low cost. So if you aren't taking it seriously, neither is your client. They don't show up for sessions. They're always rescheduling or late. They don't follow through with their homework or their action steps. And of course, they don't make progress and they don't achieve their health and wellness goals. So you're wondering, what you're doing wrong. And so I would say it's probably not on the coaching front, but the first big no-no is working with friends and family. They just don't take you seriously. They're doing you a favor. So please try to avoid this if you can. The next thing is that you didn't set it up as a formal coaching relationship. So even with practice or student rate clients, you should have a discovery call and have an agreement in place. Be professional and treat this as a professional coach-client relationship. And please charge for your services. You've invested a lot of time and money in your coach training and have experience. You deserve to be paid for your time and your coaching expertise. even if it is a small nominal fee. If your client doesn't have any skin in the game, they won't do the work, they won't be engaged. And I promise you that if a client seeks you out, goes through a discovery call, decides to work with you, makes the investment, they will be engaged and they will do the work. So my final client challenge that I hear new coaches complain about is getting caught in the advice giving and expert trap. So this is similar to the first challenge where clients want to be told what to do. But, it's really more about new coaches finding themselves giving recommendations at the end of the call, and then the client maybe has a bunch of excuses for why they can't do X, Y, or Z, or why it's not going to work for them, and then you're left feeling incompetent and not sure what to do. So this to me is about two things. It's about mindset, and it is also about skill. So first, you have to let go of the expert mindset. Remember, you're not the expert on your client's life. You're not a medical expert. You are a coach who has the questions, not the answers and recommendations. So the first step is to shift your mindset from being the expert, and if you do this, it's going to release a lot of pressure on you, and switch into thinking of yourself more as a guide, an ally, a partner who is alongside your client for the journey. So the second part here is about giving recommendations. This is all about skill. If you can't give recommendations and advice at the end of the call, you're probably left wondering, what the heck do you do? So that's where you want to take some time to really learn and understand the behavioral change coaching process. You want to understand the structure, and this is really all about what I teach. So you start with a powerful onboarding process. You learn how to do foundation sessions that are going to help the client tap into their own resources, strengths, values, and then you learn how to conduct powerful and effective coaching sessions. So if you show up from this place with this mindset, not being the expert, you won't be the health expert. You won't feel the need to give recommendations and advice because you will know how to guide the client to tap into their own internal wisdom and their external resources, to come up with their own action plans. And when they come up with it, they're going to be much more apt to go away and do it. They're going to be so much more engaged. It's a win-win all around. So as we wrap up here today, I just want to recap my top 3 tips for dealing with some common new coach client challenges. So number 1, set up the coaching relationship and the expectations from the very start. So both you and your client are fully aware of roles and responsibilities and what you're getting into. Number 2, try to avoid working with friends and family and charge something for your coaching, even as a new coach, so your clients have some skin in the game. And then finally, let go of being the expert and learn an effective coaching process to guide your clients through so your clients will be more engaged, more productive. So thanks for tuning in. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about these 3 tips today. And so post any comments that you have in the questions that you have in the comments. See you next time. Bye for now.